Hi, my name is Jamie and I'm addicted to jewelry. I think you may have already figured this out about me if you've seen my jewelry tree holder as well as my jewelry box DIYs, since I continue to need more ways to hold more accessories. But you know what they say, old habits die hard. Get ready as I show you how to make your own pearl ribbon jewelry. Let's do it, girl. Okay, so in order to make your own pearl ribbon jewelry, you're going to need a needle, a writing utensil, a ruler, scissors, tape, super glue, pearls or beads in any size or color, and ribbon that's a little wider than your beads. You'll also need invisible thread. I have this illusion cord that I bought a while ago for my upcycled wind chime tutorial, but you could use anything from stretchy cord to fishing line to floss to even wire if you have something like that lying around the house. All right, let's get on this ribbon. Close enough. The first step is to measure your bracelet to an ideal length. The quickest way is to wrap your ribbon 3 times around your wrist. If you're looking for an exact measurement, I recommend 25 inches of ribbon, or 40 inches if you wanted to make a necklace, or 400 inches if you wanted to make gladiator straps. I'm guessing. I have no idea. I've never actually made gladiator straps, but anyway, back to jewelry I actually will make. The next step is to tie a knot in your ribbon. This knot divides the ribbon into 2 pieces, one that serves as the end where you'll tie everything together, and the other that serves as the beginning where you'll start threading your pearls. You can tie the knot anywhere between 6 to 10 inches from the ribbon's edge. Since we can't knot the other side of the ribbon until we're done stringing our pearls, make a simple marking in that same place with your writing utensil instead. This way you'll know ahead of time where to place your final bead. When finished, tape down one end of your ribbon in order to keep it in place while crafting. Step 3. Cut out your thread to be the same length as your ribbon. Tie a triple knot at one end and reinforce it closed with your super glue. Then thread the front of your cord through your needle before sticking that needle up through your ribbon's knot. Pull your cord all the way through until its ending knot rests tightly against your ribbon's knot. All right, let's pearl it, girl. New catchphrase. Thread your first pearl onto your needle. Using your fingers, pinch together the adjacent ribbon material so that it creates a pretty wave next to your bead. Move your bead aside and then carefully push your needle through the center of your wave, pulling the cord tightly. Here's where you'll slip on your second pearl. Pinch together a wave of fabric the exact same size as your first wave. Again, move your bead aside and push your needle through the center of the wave. Repeat this method of stringing your pearls in fabric until you get to your ending marker. Now, before you get started, I want you to know that there's a much faster and easier way to complete your jewelry, because those smooth beads are gonna roll around on you and that fabric is not exactly gonna pinch together the way that you had planned for it to, and then that cord's gonna get all in the way of your fabric and well, let me just show you a quick way to avoid all that. Once you've added your first pearl and wave, you'll notice that your needle created 2 markings while piercing your fabric. Measure this distance, which for me was 1.5 centimeters. Then, using your ruler and writing utensil, make a tiny marking at every 1.5 centimeters until you get to the original marking that you made for your end knot. Now, after you add on a bead, all you have to do is bring your needle down through one marked dot and up through the next marked dot before adding your next bead. This will save you from worrying about pinching your fabric or centering your needle or even poking yourself with your needle after adding on every single pearl. Speaking of which, there are actually a lot of different ways to thread on your pearls. For example, once you've added your pearl and placed your needle down through your marked dot, go ahead and add another pearl before continuing up through the next marked dot, continuing on for an alternating look. Once all your pearls are attached, it's time for the fun part. Not that any other time wasn't a fun part, but I mean, you get what I'm saying. Using your fingers, slowly and carefully pull your thread and push your beads in order to ripple your ribbon into those pretty waves. Each pearl will naturally lock into place as your accordion fold unfolds. Well, maybe I shouldn't have said unfolds, because if your fold unfolds, then you'd be like, well, what's the point? But I meant more so like, as your fold develops. There we go. Moving on. The last step is to tie your ending knots. Start with your ribbon, making sure it loops around your invisible cord as you tie it tightly into a knot snugly against your final bead. All that's left to do is repeat a triple knot in your cord that rests right up against your ribbon's knot, again applying a bit of super glue to keep everything in place. And there you go, your pearl jewelry is now complete. I love this craft because you can dress it down as a casual day on the beach, or you can dress it up for something super fancy like prom, and you can customize your jewelry in order to match your prom prom dress, or just make a whole bunch in different colors so that way you and your friends can match and rock out on the dance floor. And as you can see, this jewelry is super versatile. You get a whole new look every time you change up the bead color, or the ribbon color, or the bead size, or the ribbon length. And you could even just skip out on making jewelry altogether and just hang your creations on the wall for room decor, or place it over something like a headband in order to add some extra flair. The possibilities are endless. How did you make your pearl ribbon jewelry? Tweet me at Jamie Petito, Instagram me at Hey Jamie, or just tell me all about it in the comments below. We did it, girl. I'm Jamie, and you're on Gurl.com. Answering your ribbon questions. That doesn't make any sense. What size of beads or pearls should you use? Well, my small beads were 8mm and my large beads were 12mm, so I would recommend something between there. What size ribbon should you use? Well, it depends upon the size of your beads. For 8mm beads, I use 3/8 of an inch of ribbon, and for 12mm beads, I use 5/8 of an inch of ribbon. How long did this craft take and how much did it cost? Well, the beads, cord, and ribbon total cost me less than $10, and the whole project took me less than half an hour to complete. All right, you guys, I'll see you next week for a brand new episode. In the meantime, beat it.